Welcome to the animated introduction to research integrity by Dr. Chiedozie Ike. In this lecture, a short story is presented about two 500-level Nigerian medical students rotating through the community medicine department, which is their research project here in medical school. Listen and watch to understand why Mama was applauded and why Mimi was reprimanded. Later on, you will see Mimi championing science integrity in the age of artificial intelligence. Her attitude is quite commendable. So, learn from her actions when you are corrected during your project defense. So, don't approach the defense as a do-or-die affair. It is a training opportunity. In this narration, you will find Prof. Moko, a physician supervisor to these two students. He is in a dilemma. He does not know how to score an honest but imperfect project and a perfect but AI written work. If you were the supervisor, how would you score these two students? In the second part of this lecture by Prof. Mini, one of the most celebrated research integrity professionals in Africa, you will come to a slide that shows you how to engage others when in a dilemma or in disagreement during your research. You are encouraged not to debate, but to engage in dialogue and, if necessary, to move beyond dialogue to deliberation. Arguments or debates are not the best approach to communicate your opinion about how a process should be done ethically. Dialogue is a better approach that aims at arriving at a deliberation. Pause when you reach the series of slides to learn how to communicate research integrity. Note that it is good to say the right thing and point out faults or errors, but how you say it is more important. Before delving further into the lecture, it is pertinent that I draw your attention to the critical need to raise medical researchers and scientists who would model responsible researchers. As a continent and a people, we have suffered historical marginalization in global knowledge contributions due to structural injustices perpetuated by some actors who view African scientists as deficient in knowledge, education, and experience, thereby hindering their equal contribution to global discourses. To compound this injustice, there are local actors who promote fraudulent science. Consequently, the global community focuses on these reports, which further reduces the value they place on our contributions in science, technology, and innovation. I am sure you have, in one way or another, felt the bite of our not-so-good global outlook. One way to restore trust in Africa's science, technology,
At a reputable Nigerian medical school, two final-year medical students, Mama and Mimi, were assigned to work independently on their health research projects. Mama, a thoughtful and principled student, began her work by immersing herself in the European Code of Conduct for Research Integrity, Nigeria's National Code of Health Research Ethics, and the Trust Code. She made a commitment to honesty, transparency, and thoroughness, even choosing to learn how to use AI tools ethically, only for brainstorming and literature support, not for writing or data manipulation. Mimi, on the other hand, was intelligent and ambitious, but overwhelmed, faced with pressure from peers who boasted about using AI to generate full reports, a looming deadline, a disengaged supervisor, and mounting family obligations. She decided to cut corners. She prompted an AI chatbot to write large portions of her research, adjusted data to make it look novel, and copied a few paragraphs from an online thesis. She ignored Mama's warnings, calling her slow and too bookish. Midway through the semester, all three, Mama, Mimi, and their supervisor, Dr. Moko, faced personal and ethical dilemmas. Mama was falling behind due to the slow pace of her manual work. She was tempted to use AI more aggressively, especially after hearing classmates defend its use in private. Mimi, despite submitting a perfect-looking draft, could not shake the unease and guilt about not understanding her own research. And Dr. Moko, tired from university administrative duties and pressured to meet assessment quotas, was frustrated that Mama's paper was full of errors and missing polish while Mimi's looked publishable. But deep down, he knew Mama had genuinely worked through her ideas, while Mimi might have relied too heavily on AI. The tension grew when the university reminded staff about current research assessment guidelines, urging academic staff to prioritize quality, integrity, and transparency over the mere appearance of excellence. At the final defense, the drama reached its peak. Mama nervously defended her project, answered every question, even the ones she got wrong, with honesty and grace. She acknowledged her mistakes and explained her methodology in detail. The panel appreciated her commitment to ethical principles and recommended her project for real-world implementation in a community clinic. Mimi, however, could not explain key parts of her methodology or justify certain results. Under questioning, she confessed that much of the report was AI-generated and included falsified and fabricated data. The panel cited Nigeria's Code of Health Research Ethics and the trust principles: transparency, responsibility, understanding, sustainability, and trustworthiness in their ruling. His project was rejected, but rather than punish him indefinitely, the department invited Mimi to attend a special remediation session on ethical AI use in research.